Alright, sorry I'm not all dressed up for this, and you're gonna be like, oh, why should I listen to somebody who looks like that? Because you should. It's for your own good. Anyways, this is what needs to happen. From going forward, training, you guys need to have a priority hierarchy. And what that means is you need to establish your priorities clearly and from the start, especially with new trainees. So say civil rights, say the Constitution is your number one priority. That would be number one. What is your number one priority as a police officer? Safety? Community safety? Your safety? Define it. If I was one, let's see, what would be my priority? Community safety, right? But in order to get that legally, to accomplish this, you have to follow the Constitution first. The state constitution, and then it trickles down from there. Those are the rules established. So you need to know, you have to make the connection that the community safety is based on the Constitution. Not because it's a direct correlation, but because there is a correlation. It's not inverse. Okay? Because when you don't follow the Constitution, we have what we have today. So that is going to be your number one. And you need to be able to establish the differences and cause and effect. Okay, so that would be your number one. And then it would be your team. Because in order to have a strong team, a strong safety network for the community, you have to be strong yourselves, correct? So that will be your number two. Team unity. I don't know if you guys actually say that it's there, but we know it is because you guys stick up for each other all the time and don't prosecute the guilty. And it's also there in the courts. So therefore, because of this, and because of the courts, you're going to be held at a higher standard. So don't be offended when you're expected to be at a higher standard. But please establish that as your number two. Because for you guys to be a strong team, you have to be able to count on each other. But you have to be ethical within also as a single individual unit, along with the team unit. So ethics would be a big part of this. Okay, so like whistleblower, we see that whistleblower complaints don't work. Because pretty much people get retaliated on and then nobody tells on anybody and nobody gets prosecuted. So why would they tell anything? So ethics should be a number two because that is directly correlated to your team strength. If you have officers that violate the law that they and you represent, you're not going to have a strong team because they're making you look bad, and eventually they could take you and your whole family down because of what they're doing. Ethics should be number two after the Constitution, and this is your job too. Not just life, but yeah, you need to prioritize based on a hierarchy. What you believe, and it doesn't have to be the same as what I think, because I'm not always right, and I'm not a cop, so I don't know. But please realize, community safety is based on constitutional standards, because they work. And team unity only works if you're all ethical. Please clearly define your hierarchy for all your members, and that's how you'll fix the whole issue. And it also goes for when at a traffic stop, you guys need to have a 1 through 5 or 1 through 10 type of hierarchy. Process of elimination that's taught from the start. So even you old timers would probably have to go through retraining, unfortunately. And it's going to seem robotic, but it's true. Yes, robots will be able to do this easy. But number one, when you pull somebody over, what do you look for? Okay, not their race. You look and see what the danger is. Running their plates, what did it say to you? Okay, your priority would be your safety. Do you need backup? Whatever. But it doesn't, if you think that they are going to be a threat, you don't approach them with your gun out. So in other words, you need to establish a danger range and act upon it from there. And it needs to be written for you guys. So danger range, what would you guys know from experience how to rate that? And it won't be on race, it'll be on what did the plates pull up? What kind of car is it? You know, were they blasting music? I don't know, whatever it is, you have your biases set. It's okay to do that when it comes to your safety, because that's number two. And it's not violating a civil right. So, do that. Establish your priorities and label them, and you need to do a process of elimination before you approach. So, in other words, say you think they're a dangerous person or anything, even if they didn't seem dangerous, and then you walk up and then all of a sudden they make you want to draw your gun, back off. You need to learn how to back off passively so then they're not cued to get back up, or whatever the case, to keep it at low key. Because of, I don't know, number two, they don't want to show you their hands. Okay? Hands in wrong place. So that triggers their danger level to go up. So then you do XYZ. It's a very, very mathematical process that can be done. It'll fix all of the biases and accusation. You guys need to do it. I'm not going to do it for you. I'm just telling you the framework. It works. Hopefully you understand.